Well, the markets had a bit of a rough close, nothing too dramatic, but ending nearly at the low point of the day because midway through the day they were off the lows, but nothing too dramatic. I mean, 100 points any given day can happen. The bank Nifty led the fall actually, 0.5%, and the Nifty IT2 corrected quite strongly today. So if you look at what the Nifty IT did, 1.17%, ideally, actually the principal culprit, frankly. If we let's get the first the main indices out of the way, and then I'll tell you the key contributors to the loss as well. Bring up the mid cap and the small cap indices as well. Mid caps about 1/3% lower. Small caps, which had flattened out, actually ended about 0.17% lower as well. So quite a bit of a fall that came into small caps from the start of the day till late. Now let's get the heat map up on the screen and show you what did well and what didn't. So a lot of red, as you can see, very little green. L&T up 2.5%. There is strength in Adani Enterprises as well as Adani Port, so that did okay. There's strength in Tata Consumer and Power Grid as well. The losers included Asian Paints down about 4% and a slew of metal and IT names. So from a Hindalco to a Tata Steel to a JSW Steel to the IT names. Look at this stack, Infi, HCL, TCS, all of them were in the red. In fact, if you bring up the contributors list, you will see what I'm talking about. It had ICICI Bank, it had TCS and Infosys. So IT, banking, Asian Paints by virtue of the fall. On the winning side, it was essentially L&T which stood out, small contributions from the Adani twins. But the real action was at the broader end of the spectrum. So a couple of newsmakers first, and that included maybe a walkout on which NDTV Profit broke exclusive about an upcoming QIP. Sona BLW, yet another day of gains, so up about a couple of percentage points. This did okay too. And then some other gainers, which we can pull up and show what did. So data patterns was up 10%, strong moves there. Adani Energy up about 8.74, Soba up another 8%. So really strong show by this one, as was the case with 360° One or PB Fintech, also very strong moves. On the losing side, there were a few names which stood out. The likes of Rain Industries reacting to results. Alchem Labs, big sharp volume-led downtick today. And Aegis Logistics down about 5%. Before we wrap up, if you can just pull up the Nifty IT losers and gainers, because that index really stood out like a sore thumb. Look at that, no gainers, all losers, and a clutch of names came off in the mid cap as well as large cap space. This remains a pocket to watch because there are a lot of shorts that have been piled into the IT stocks ahead of expiry. So it becomes a very important pocket to monitor. Thanks for watching.